they've always been people who seem like they're spending more than they have. I heard Kim and Kroy owe $1 million each, and it's like, good. You don't spend money you don't have. Pay your bills. Everyone gets humbled real quick.
Kim Zolciak and her soon-to-be ex-husband, Kroy Biermann, have been faking everything. Their mansion and designer clothes are all a facade. For over a decade, they've been avoiding paying their bills, and they've even pushed their home into foreclosure. What's sick, though, is how they've been lying to the world, and how their daughters have to go to the media and do their dirty work. All of this toxicity has led to a messy divorce, so let's get into it. I don't usually talk about Real Housewives drama, but this situation is so incredibly messy, we need to unpack it. Former Bravo star Kim Zolciak and her retired football husband, Kroy Biermann, currently owe the IRS over $1 million. Now, you don't want to play with the IRS, but we see this time and time again because these celebrities want to flash a certain lifestyle that they cannot afford. So now, Kim Zolciak of the Real Housewives of Atlanta and her former NFL star husband are deep in the hole, owing a ton in unpaid taxes, some of which have been built up from over a decade ago. And trust me, I don't want to pay my taxes. I pay so much taxes. I don't even have healthcare, yet I'm paying so much taxes. So trust me, I don't want to pay my taxes either, but you have to. That's part of being an American. According to legal documents, the couple owes a whopping $1.1 million to the IRS because of unpaid taxes, interest, and penalties from back in 2013, 2017, 2018. It looks like they also have $15,000 that the state of Georgia is looking for from 2018.
So they invited us into this life, and they've always been people who seem like they're spending more than they have. He's on a football salary, she's on a housewife's salary, and they're spending like the plane's going down.
Now, I don't like to pry into people's financials, but when you make it a part of your reputation, your character, whatever facade that you've built, then people are going to question these things. If you're not familiar with Kim or this couple, they met back in 2010 at a charity event, and they married less than 2 years later. They also had a spin-off television show called Don't Be Tardy for the Party, which honestly, I was a huge fan of back in the day. Like when I lived at my parents' home, I had cable. So I used to watch a lot of Bravo, and I loved watching this family. And they have a lot of children, which is unfortunate because now these kids have to deal with their parents' poor financial choices.
Okay, I'm honestly really shocked that Kim and Kroy are getting divorced. I know they've had money issues for a while. You know, allegedly he's not paying his taxes. Their house may have went into foreclosure. But what I always remember from watching them on Atlanta Housewives and Tardy for the Party is that they were obsessed with each other.
I agree with Zach. This couple seemed obsessed with each other. I mean, I thought they were truly in love, like couple goals. But after this entire financial situation hit the media, we started to learn that their relationship is also falling apart. Kim and Kroy are divorcing, and it looks like the financial woes have led to their divorce. So it's really unfortunate. A lot of couples actually do break up because of financial issues, and that's what tore this family apart. Sources are saying that this divorce was a long time coming, and in large part, it's due to their financial problems. Supposedly, Kim has been super secret about this. She hasn't told anyone, not even family. She didn't tell anyone, even her friends, that she was getting a divorce, but they found out because it's legal documents, it's public information. So we ultimately learned about it, but she didn't confide in any of her close friends or family, which I think is interesting. Their friend says that the money has been a huge issue. The $1 million tax payment was just way too much pressure on them. This friend, aka this source that, you know, Kim and her husband, or her ex-husband, sent to the media, also clarified that there's no cheating on either side. It really has to do with the money. He's been managing for a long time, so technically he did have a job, but they're not on good terms right now. But I actually believe this friend that this was a long time coming because we've known that Kim and Kroy haven't been paying their bills. We actually found out in February that the couple defaulted on their $1.6 million loan they took in 2012 to buy the mansion they've been living in. Back in November 2022, we learned that their home was going under foreclosure, which means that you haven't been making the payments, so the bank that gave you the loan is now taking over the home. But Kim clarified publicly. She said, if you guys think I would let my home that we put millions and millions of dollars into go for $257K, because that's, I guess, what it was being auctioned for, she said, you're an idiot, okay? For real. Because she didn't want people to believe that she couldn't pay her bills and that now her beautiful home is going for a fraction of the cost. The house was set to go into foreclosure. I mean, you can't make up those county documents. That was really happening. But then they hired a law firm to pretty much bail them out. But I mean, the law firm couldn't just make money appear. So they only could last and try to support the situation for so long. But even though this home has been up for question, the family is still posting on social media from inside the home, and it doesn't look like any authorities have moved in yet to secure the property.
Everyone's talking about the house in Atlanta. Your mom, look, is it
Crazy.
It's crazy, isn't it?
It's insane.
Listen, she says it's a giant misunderstanding.
What's really gross about this situation is that they are so publicly facing, and they've got a couple of daughters who are in their 20s. So now these girls have to answer for their parents' problems. Kim's daughters, Brielle and Ariana, denied that their swanky pad was heading to the auction block, saying that they were still hunkered down in the estate with no plans to get out of there. So can you imagine if like authorities came and like forced them out? That sounds scary.
It is.
Okay, I mean,
Came and packed their clothes to come here from our house.
so your stuff is still in the house?
Yes, everything is still there. We all live there.
Is there hopes of saving the house?
The house is safe. I don't know.
So your stuff, you guys haven't moved your stuff out of the house? There's no...
So their home is falling apart, their family is falling apart, and honestly, my heart goes out to this family. Kim Zolciak is saying that there's no chance that she will be getting back with Kroy. She's seeking primary physical custody of their children, and she's also trying to change her last name. She wants to go back to Zolciak and drop the Bierman. There is one conspiracy out there that I actually found really interesting, and it comes from Zach Reality, and pretty much he assumes that maybe they are divorcing to avoid financial issues, which would be really smart because they did always seem like super in love. So maybe they're just divorcing to separate the finances and make it easier for them to recover.
Could it be possible that they're getting divorced to protect themselves financially? Maybe, because this just comes out of left field to me because they always seemed like a happy unit. It's also been years since Kim has been on the show, and I feel like she's really shied away from the media and doing interviews. So I don't even know what she's up to right now and where she stands on all of this.
That sounds like a great idea, but I don't think they're smart enough for this. And it seems like Kroy is over Kim. He changed his bio on Instagram, which seems like so immature, but he writes, husband, father to 6 perfect munchkins, athlete. My ring meant a thing. You can Google me and see I wasn't tardy for that party. He's referencing some of her songs, Google Me and Tardy for the Party. But I actually want you guys to comment below, like, what does he mean by this? I guess like his ring meant a thing. That kind of seems like cheating, like she's cheating because like my ring meant a thing, but to her, she violated her oath or, her vows. So, comment below like what you guys think because I'm still unpackaging this part. But because this family is so public, everyone has an opinion. And Bethany Frankel, who is another former Real Housewife, I believe of New York, she has a lot to say on her TikTok page.
I heard Kim and Kroy owe $1 million each, and it's like, good, pay the IRS. You gotta pay. You want to play, you gotta pay. And all these couples that bring everybody into every single detail like they're perfect, it's a recipe for disaster also. Machine Gun Kelly and Megan, and then he's cheating. And it's Adam Levine and his wife. Everyone gets humbled real quick.
Now, I'm not the biggest fan of Bethany. She can be a little harsh sometimes, but she has a point. She says that this couple have always been spending way more than they have, and they're spending like the plane's going down. She said it's the old housewives model to get on the show. Make no money, spend, logo, car, house, bankruptcy, foreclosure. So it's just like a weird, toxic, formula you go through once you become a Real Housewives. Like if you don't have that like real money, then you're just gonna spend to try to fake it till you make it, and you're not actually gonna make it because these people on television don't make that much money, not to the way that they're spending it.
It's like f***ing up the whole system. It's like f***ing with the IRS. Like you pay your bills, right? I never spent a dime until I made money. Like, never. I couldn't afford a taxi. I would pray that someone would buy me a drink. Like, I never spent a penny. I was terrified. I was on the cover of Forbes and called my business manager to ask if I could buy a handbag the first time. I was always terrified because you don't spend money you don't have.
My mom was like, you have to talk about this situation. She'll call me every once in a while and be like, make a video on this. So I was like, you know what, Mom? I'll do it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Here's my email. Now let's go ahead and open this letter from Christina. Looks like they are from Texas. And let's go. Oh, what a pretty card. Wait, what is it? Oh. Dear Sloan, I've been wanting to send you a note for a while to tell you how much your channel is awesome. Aw, but I saw you leaving your Coachella video. You heal. We all have lives hanging. Okay. Yeah, sorry. I'm just like, I guess like, yeah, this is dated like April 21st. So it was after the cheating thing. I don't know how someone would do those things to your beautiful blue eyes. Aw. It's like making me sweat. I have epilepsy, but things happen and you're loved. And life continues. After all, tomorrow is another day. You are loved, and oh my gosh, it's making me emotional. I just continue when life gives you lessons. Forget betrayal. You have the power. Christina. Okay, thank you, Christina. And it looks like there's like oh, you can check out my socials. Cute. I'll follow you on there. Okay, thank you. And then we've got. Thank you, Christina. I really appreciate it. And I will link your stuff below. It looks like you're an artist as well. I'm sorry. I need to like end this video. So I really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in a new one soon. Thank you, Christina. Bye, guys.